Howdy folks, and welcome back to World of Tanks with the mighty Jingles. And we've got two replays for you today, both of which amused me greatly, but for completely different reasons. First, we've got the Panzerfahrer in the Tiger P on the Serene Coast map. It's a Tier 8 game, Tier 7 heavy tank. It's obviously the alternative, what-if version of the world-famous Tiger, developed by Ferdinand Porsche. Not accepted due to problems with the transmission. It featured a revolutionary electric transmission, which unfortunately had a habit of bursting into flames. Despite Porsche being a favourite of Hitler, well, burning transmission is generally not something that you really want on a tank, and so the Henschel design of the Tiger was the one that was chosen. Porsche, however, continued to press on, and he adapted the hulls of his prototype Tigers into the Ferdinand tank destroyer. They first saw action in 1943 at the Battle of Kursk. Unfortunately, Ferdinand Porsche had neglected to equip them with hull machine guns, and so they all got overrun and destroyed by Soviet infantry. Oh well, better luck next time. Hello, IS-3 up front. We'll let the Tiger 2 worry about him, but there are two IS-3s on the enemy team in a platoon, and where we see one, yep, we're very likely to see the other, and you don't really want to get shot at by one of those things, even with the improved frontal armour that the Tiger P has over the regular Tiger. It's still not good enough when you're getting shot at by the BL9 122mm gun. Oh, but all his health just disappeared. And the other IS-3 isn't having a very good day either. Is that a Jagdpanzer IV going YOLO? And, oh well, he's going to die very, very quickly. And yep, there he goes, he's just been knocked out by a Scorpion G on the enemy team. Well, that was pretty pointless. I guess he didn't like the matchmaking. Oh, KV-4 up front, Tier 8 heavy, too cheap to pack a fire extinguisher. Burning to death. Panzerfahrer just took a hit from a Dickermax, so he gets around the corner. Dickermax can't shoot at him, finishes off the first IS-3. KV-4 is down. Second IS-3, very, very low health. The Tier 8 heavies didn't have particularly good games in this match. That IS-3 is a one-shot, but it's a question of can you take the shot without losing. Oh, actually, no, don't need to worry. Tiger 2 came out and killed him. Okay, good stuff. Now, we know that there's a Dickermax up there, because he hit Panzerfahrer earlier, and we know there's also a Scorpion G loitering around somewhere over there because he took out the suicidal Jagdpanzer IV earlier. Panzerfahrer pokes the corner just to see if there's anybody lurking in that bush just overlooking the ocean there. His sixth sense does not go off. He does the same around this side, and his sixth sense does go off. So there's something out there. But this is where things start to get exciting. The Scorpion G makes a run for the Tiger 2, sensing a one-shot kill. Tiger 2 manages to avoid instant death, pops out, sees a Challenger parked in the bushes, takes a shot at him. Panzerfahrer comes out looking for the shot as well, bounces a shot from the M4 Ravioli, puts one into the Challenger, takes one. The Scorpion G comes out, but he's always going to shoot at the Tiger 2 first. Finishing off a Tier 8 heavy is a lot more important than farming damage on a Tier 7 heavy. He bounces another shot from the Challenger and a shot from the M4. The T-54 Mod 1 takes a hit back there, and it looked like it was from the Dickermax. He puts one into the Dickermax. Look at the Scorpion G. I don't know what it is about Scorpion G drivers, but they are hyper aggressive. They do not seem to play those machines like regular tank destroyers. That Scorpion G driver is on a roll. It's not unusual to see people playing Scorpion Gs in a way that most people would be afraid to play a medium tank. I don't know what it is about that machine, but people get behind the controls of one and they just suddenly turn into demons. Puts a shot right through the gun mantle of the M4. It does have a seriously nasty gun, but the armour is trash. Hidden tank destroyers at the back there. The Challenger is still up. The Dickermax is still up. The Scorpion G is going for it again. He takes a hit, but he finishes off the T-54 Mod 1, which means that Panzerfahrer is now alone here. And here comes the M4. He puts a shot into the M4, takes some damage, but check out the T-34-85. Watch this. The T-34-85 is a very, very nice Tier 6 medium tank. This guy is fully upgraded. He's got the 85mm gun, he's got the upgraded turret. And that 85mm gun is pretty good, but it only has 144mm of penetration. You don't really want to be fighting Tiger Ps from the front. but you've got the manoeuvrability and the speed to get around him, and then suddenly you've got one medium tank in front and one medium tank behind, and things are going to look very, very nasty for the Tiger P. Also, while he can't really penetrate his frontal armour, the way Panzerfahrer's tank is angled means that the whole cheek armour is nice and flat, and 144mm of penetration is easily good enough to go through. So what does the T-3485 do? He fires high explosive for 4 damage right into the front of a Tiger P, and then backs off behind the seriously badly wounded M4 Ravio. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The M4 blew his chance to do some damage. He's trying to pull back. Panzerfahrer spots the Scorpion G, realises his gun is not pointing at him, takes the opportunity to finish off the M4. Meanwhile, the T-3485 is displaying some thought here. He's managed to get around him, takes another hit. Panzerfahrer using the dead KV-4 as an extra few metres of armour. T-3485 shoots into his outside drive wheel, immobilises him and closes in for a point-blank range shot against his thin side armour, and fires high explosive into him again, and then just kind of sits there. Hooray! Panzerfahrer can't believe he's still alive. Oh wow. Oh well, that really amused me. I mean, they say small things amuse small minds. That amused me greatly. It's almost as if the T-3485 was just sitting there saying, for God's sake, the stats in the garage says my high explosive is supposed to do 300 damage, but it never does. No, it's so unfair. Oh, I'm not playing anymore, and just gave up. One day, he's going to be in an IS-7, complaining that his gun never does the 640 damage that the stats in the garage says it's supposed to. Steve, the IS-7 driver. The early years. Right, anyway, there were some tank destroyers up here. Oh yeah, there it is. There's the Challenger. Not enough for a kill. 240 average damage with a long 88. That was a bit of a low damage roll. A bit disappointing. The Challenger manages to put one into him, but, well, yeah. Left it a little bit too late to look at better cover once he'd been spotted. Pretty close game, though. There are 3 tanks left on Panzerfahrer's team, 2 left on the enemy team. Oh, the Dicker Max is still there. Panzerfahrer's looking for the shot, while the AMX 1375 just nailed the enemy M12 and then finished off the Dicker Max as he pulled back behind the hill, denying Panzerfahrer the kill. So unsporting. Anyway, next up we have Destroyer Alpha winner in the M46 pattern. Tier 9 battle, he's top tier on the Czechoslovakian map, Pilsen. Now you could be forgiven for looking at this M46 pattern and thinking it was a Pershing, because he's not completely stock. He has managed to free XP his way through the tracks and the gun, but he's still using the stock turret. And with that stock turret he has 100 less hit points and 10 meters less view range, although the stock 400 meters view range on the pattern is still more than good enough for a map like Pilsen. This match was played the very same day that he unlocked the M46. He'd already played about half a dozen games in it, and they were kind of meh, distinctly average, nothing spectacular whatsoever. And then he had this one. Now, I did say at the beginning of today's video that the 2 replays I was going to show you today amused me greatly, but for different reasons. The first one, obviously, was that comedy moment with the T-3485. This one, well, how can I put this? Every now and then I get a replay, and it's obvious just from watching it that the person who submitted it just had non-stop fun from start to finish while playing the tank. And that's what this replay is all about. Remember, he's only played 6, maybe 7 games in this tank up until this point. He's still really getting to grips with how the thing plays. And even then, he's not really getting to grips with how the thing plays because he's got the stock engine and the stock turret. And he's not entirely convinced that he likes the M46. By the end of this match, he will have no such reservations. The team's just lost a T-37 in a light tank skirmish over on the far eastern border of the map. It actually got taken out by an enemy M46 pattern. And that guy is fully upgraded. Ooh, there's an E75 on the other side of that wall. Don't want to get shot at by him. Note the friendly IS-6 has managed to go around and is threatening to come up behind the E75, just as the 4502A decides he's got sick and tired of waiting for the E75 to man up and pays the price There's also a tortoise out there. Very, very dangerous. In this kind of circumstances, very dangerous Tier 9 tank destroyer. The IS-6 has managed to get around behind the E-75, hasn't done any damage to him, and the E-75's put a shot into it. Destroyer Alpha going for a snapshot into the tortoise's hatch there as he pulls back after firing, but no damage scored yet. Meanwhile, the IS-6 is in trouble. The Super Pershing and Destroyer Alpha go to try to back him up, but the E-75 has managed to disengage, and now he's fighting his own battle against the IS-6. And right here, for a second, I thought, oh my god, it's an ISU-152, but no, it's the enemy artillery. No, I don't know either. But Destroyer Alpha has now managed to get around the flank. Who's he going to go for? He got the killing shot at the 4502, he takes it, and now he's behind the tortoise. Oh, that big fat British ass. Tortoise, of course, is pretty doomed. There's just no way. He's taken fire from the front and the rear, and yeah. Can we get around there and finish off the E-75 in time to save the IS-6? Probably not, but you have to try. The IS-6 did a good job there diverting the E-75. And note where Destroyer Alpha is shooting the E-75. Most people would park on the back of the E-75 there and go for the engine shots, but he's going for ammo rack shots every time, there at the side of the hull below the turret. That's where the ammo rack is located on the Tiger and Tiger II series of tanks. Also, back of the turret. E-75 down. Team's doing quite well. Actually, no. They're losing 7 kills to 9. Spots a full health Tiger 1, and this is where things start to get a bit confusing. He's lining up for a shot on the Tiger 1 when he takes a bounce in the side from an FV201. Puts a shot into the Tiger 1. Now he has to be careful. He's in serious danger of getting outflanked here. Well, in fact, he has been outflanked. Takes a hit from the Tiger. Is the FV201 trying to get around behind him? It looks like he is. That's why he was backing up, so he changes direction and goes forward. Doesn't want that guy to get shots into his back. FV201 runs into the IS-6, starts backing up the other way. Doesn't seem to realise that you can shoot through that door. The Super Pershing finishes off the Tiger. Now the FV201 is stuck between the IS-6, who's side-scraping around the corner and denying him the kill, and Destroyer Alpha, who finishes him off for kill number 3. But the team are still behind by 2 kills. Type 64 there, just done a drive-by on the T-28 prototype and runs off laughing. Runs straight into Destroyer Alpha's 105mm gun. Kill number 4. Next up, FV4202 and a T25-2. Probably going to get shots at the T25-2 first. Yes, there he is. Good solid hit. Backs up, looking around, trying to figure out where to go and what to do next. He needs to press the attack on these guys. T25-2 misses. Second shot, not quite enough to kill him. 4202, now obviously aware there's an M46 in here. Struggles to get the third killing shot off against the T25-2. Instead, all it does is immobilise him. Presses forward, continues the attack, tries to use the wreck of the dead T-49 there to shield him from the FV4202, but takes damage anyway. Bounces the final shot from the T-25-2 and makes sure of the kill. Again, stops to look around. Support and fire there from the Super Pershing puts a good solid hit into the FV4202. Destroyer Alpha follows it up with another punishing hit into the FV4202. With the two of them together here, they have to gang up on this FV4202 and kill him, and not leave him alive at their back. Just took a hit there in the fuel tank, which did set him on fire from the T-37 at the rear. Automatic fire suppressor, put the fire out. 4202 now one shot, bang, gone. Now it's 2 on 2. Super Pershing and M46 against AMX-30, and there's the AMX-30, and he's taken out the Super Pershing. And Destroyer Alpha finishes off the AMX-30. He is now on 7 kills. It is 1 more for a Radley Walters medal. And at this point I was going to start singing the praises of the Super Pershing, who did play a great game, was fantastic backup and support, but then he starts complaining in chat that Destroyer Alpha left him to die. Let's just examine that moment again for a second, shall we? Now, watch carefully as Destroyer Alpha abandons the Super Pershing and leaves him to die. There. Did you see it? No, I didn't either. So, yeah, the Super Pershing did play very well. But he's a childish arsehole, so screw him. Now, what about that T-37? Should be easy to kill a T-37 in an M46 pattern, even one with a stock turret and a stock engine, but, well, it's easy to kill a T-37 if you can see him. But he's a T-37, he's a scout tank, he's small, he's fast, he's manoeuvrable, and he's very, very stealthy. And if he doesn't want to come out and fight, you could spend all day chasing around this map trying to catch the little bugger. And what T-37 in its right mind would want to come out and fight one-on-one against an M46 with nearly 900 health remaining? The chances are pretty good that at this stage of the match, Destroyer Alpha can one-shot him, and the team are advising him to cap. And that's not a terrible idea. But Destroyer Alpha is not going to do that. Now, I say capping is not a terrible idea under these circumstances. Of course, if the T-37 is determined to just run and hide, then, well, he's not going to get the Randy Walters medal, but it's a win. On the other hand, if you are sitting there in the cap circle, the T-37 could be tempted to come back and attempt to force a draw by waiting until the last second, putting a shot into you, earning a defender medal, and forcing a draw. But that's not what's going to happen. And there's the Randy Walters. The thing I liked most about that match, aside from the obvious skill that Destroyer Alpha was displaying as he was driving the M46 Patton around the Pilsen map, was just, well, it was just obvious how much fun he was having as he was discovering for the first time just how much fun and how good the M46 Patton can be. And I had a very similar experience not long after I unlocked this tank for the first time. So anyway, that's it for today, folks. Hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.